Let's talk about poetry with a series of episodes, your favorite poem. A poem which is excerpt from the brand new anthology of Robert William Service, Best Poems and Quotes. A book containing Robert Service's most famous poems, the ones you already know about, and some others less known that you will be thrilled to discover. Today we are going to speak about a poem called Solitude, and it is a poem which has been chosen par Canadian Berner, and I'm going to explain you about. Canadian Berner is a former librarian at Fairbanks Library in Alaska. She just retired, and she is sharing with us a short account telling how she discovered Robert Service, why the Bard of the Yukon is so important for her as an author, as a poet, and why she has chosen Solitude. When I was a child, growing up in Minnesota, in the USA, I was aware of Robert Service because my uncles, who were outdoorsmen, quoted his poems from time to time, and surely took volumes of his poetry along with them and on their adventure. As I grew to adulthood, I had no connection to Service work, but became a vagabond myself, traveling the world after college. Eventually my travels ended in Alaska, where his poetry is well known and much loved. I again heard the familiar names and rhythm of McGrew, Lady Lou, and Maggie. My favorites change over time, but as I write now, two stand out. The Ordinary Man is meaningful because it describes the character of those uncles and of my wonderful dad, whose feet are never crowed. It is men like them who make the world go round. For me, though, Solitude, it speaks to me and of me and as all my life. With this very moving words, Kitty is telling something quite universal and general. Often we feel that a connection with Robert Service belongs from family history, from grandfather, from uncles who were already familiar of the poet, who were inspired by the rhymes and share them through generation. It created kind of very strong family bonds and an anchor of the poetry inside us, which is recall both emotion thanks to the words of the poem and also family memories of people who might not be there anymore, but thanks to the poems they still stand with us and yes, next to us when reading again some very inspiring rhymes. It shows also how Robert Service is well known in Alaska, which is just neighboring Yukon, and from very famous poems such as Dan McGrew and The Shooting, The Cremation, she found out other poems which deeply inspired her and became an echo of her life, what she has done. She has been traveling a lot, and obviously same as Robert Service, and it also shows how Robert Service was talented to, from his own life experience, to be able to except something more general, universal, in which everyone can find an echo and feel deep emotions. Now about solitude. How I've loved my solitude, from youth to held in grey, as in unsociable mood, morrows I make my way. No care to converse with the great, nor babble with the small, but hermit wise to go my gait, ignoring all. How I've longed for loneliness, in city smoke and din, some forest cedar to Varese, and sanctuary win. Most company I find a bore. Just let me be, say I, acquainted with myself, before I come to die. In woodsy quiet, hilly calm, from haunts of men afar, leave me to wonder why I am, and what is yonder star. Remotely in my evening glow, I wait for my last call, content to know that not to know is best of all. And so in crowds I isolate my spirit from the throng, for I to peace inviolate and loneliness belong. Though I huddle with the head, I deem God's greatest good, His blessing and holy word is solitude. So now it's up to you to find out which one will be your favorite poem from this book and to share it with us. Till next, happy poetic day.